I know I'm a little late with this podcast, but last week was a very, very hectic week, to say the least, between work and getting the trailer sorted out so that we could go camping last weekend with Jessica and stuff. So by the time the day ended, I was completely out of energy. So what have I been up to? So I finally got on the bike again. Last week I was just too tired. I was away all weekend, and then I needed a couple days to recoup from the last couple weeks. Have been very, very busy. So those days where all of a sudden you just got to put the brakes on and relax. So anyway, that's what I did, which was good. Today's podcast, I'm going to keep it a little brief. This morning we're trying to get some guests lined up. So I'm hoping to be able to do some recording with some other people on different subjects, but we'll see how we make it with that. So today 13 and a half miles this morning, and it was more just a speed-based ride. My Whoop band is down. And I've not had it for 2 weeks. I'm supposed to be getting it back today or tomorrow, a new one. So I love the Whoop band, but I'll tell you one thing, their customer services, when you finally get a hold of somebody, it's great, but your customer service at first on those are brutal. So if you get a Whoop band and you do experience an issue with it, contact them 5 or 6 times a day. Just keep sending them emails, and eventually somebody will get a hold of you. So that's one thing to remember about the Whoop band. But let's see how I did today. So today, like I said, 13 and a half, 230 calories, and it was an hour. Okay. And I don't really have much more information than that. Let me check something out here. This is off my Garmin. So it goes from the Trainer Road up over to my Garmin, but it was a good ride. I got some sweating in, which was good. I was very happy about that because I haven't really been able to do that. So that worked out really good. And I don't know, my average speed was 13 and a half miles per hour. Max speed was 15 and a half. Average power 64, max power 77. And yeah, like I said, 230 calories burned, and my heart rate high was 100 172, but I don't think that's accurate. I think my high heart rate was probably around 155, maybe 160. It's just not. I can tell when my heart rate gets up to 172, I'd almost be falling off the bike. So. But that's why I bought the Whoop band, was for that accuracy. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's a good ride, and actually my wife was working out this morning too, so the two of us were kind of working out together. So other than that, I put some pictures up on Instagram about our little camping trip. We went to BC and stayed in a park in BC. Did a little fishing. I had a bite. That's it. I guess there's a lot of our lakes up here are stocked, and I guess there was a big kill last year of all the big fish, but I wasn't actually fishing to catch any fish. I went down the dock. Jean was having a nap, and it was raining a bit. I just went down the dock to relax. So I went down the dock, threw a bobber out there with a good old worm, and just let it drift around, and then that was the end of it. I enjoyed it though. It was really relaxing. We were out in the middle of nowhere, literally. And the conservation officers, BC's conservation officer, showed up looking for fishing licenses. So a couple days before that, I don't remember what day they showed up. I think actually they showed up Saturday afternoon. And I had to put tires on my truck. The one tire had separated. They were garbage tires anyway. Didn't like them. So when I was sitting there waiting for my tires to get done, I went online and bought my fishing license online. And then I sent it over to my email, and I had a copy of my fishing license. You have to buy an out of residence fishing license. It wasn't expensive. I think it was $50 or something like that. So it was pretty cheap. And so I found it on my phone, gave it to the officer, and she was happy with it and asked us how the fishing was going. Told us that there was a big kill. Gave us some more information. We asked a couple other, simple questions. Very, very approachable. She had a partner with her. He was very approachable. Had a great conversation with him, and I rate the experience with those two conservation officers at 10 out of 10. I couldn't, obviously we were obeying the law. Now, had we not been obeying the law, well, it still has to be 10 out of 10 because you're the dumbass that's not obeying the law. But they're very, very helpful. They gave us all sorts of information and very nice to talk to and everything else. So kudos to them because they always get a bad rep, because they're giving people tickets or whatever. And people always say, those fish cops, a bunch of assholes. Well, I don't think so. Any of the COs, fish cops, game wardens, whatever you want to call them, that I've run into in Alberta and in BC have been excellent. Okay, so very, very pleased, and a lot of the park wardens too. Now they're different. They don't carry like they don't have the same rights as like game warden does. A game warden can kind of arrest you and throw away the key until they figure out what it is they want to do with you. Search, and they don't need a reason to search. I don't think. I don't know the technicalities. I don't push my luck. So, I try and follow. My memory's so friggin' bad that every day before I go out hunting, I recheck the regs. I have an app, iHunter, and I'll bring it up in the zone that I'm in, and I'll recheck all the regs to make sure that I'm not gonna break any laws or anything like that. So, because then you get in big trouble. So it was really nice to get on the bike again. It was really nice to get a sweat going. My system needed that. I've been dehydrated for a couple of days, so I just drank a whole bunch of water. I'm going to drink a whole bunch more. And we have another busy day. We've had several busy days of work, and we've got a couple more weeks of really, really busy work. I still got to get out for a bear hunt. I'm getting low on meat, and I love the meat. I just think it's so tasty. So, like the last bit of bacon I made with bear was phenomenal. It was way better than any. I've never had wild boar, so I'm not comparing it to that type of pig. But it's way better than any pig bacon I've ever had. I just find that bacon you get out of store, even if you get the low sodium, is just way too salty. So when I brine mine, I brine it with far less salt, and I brine it a little longer. I vacuum seal it, and I'll keep it, and then I put it in the freezer. And then when I'm ready to smoke it, that's how I cook it. And then when I warm it up, I just throw it in the frying pan. When you take the bacon out, bear bacon, when I take it out of the frying pan, I don't have to dump any grease or oil. It tastes like bacon. It almost kind of looks like bacon. There's nowhere near the fat in it. But it's very, very tasty. So I'm hoping after this week, the following week, I'm going to go out and park. There's a spot where I know that there's a lot of nice wildlife I like to look at. And I can also get access down to the river, maybe, and do a little walleye fishing. And I know that there's some nice bears up there. So I'm gonna try and do that. Not this week, maybe end of next week, maybe. And if not, I have to do it the following week because the season closes up on the 19th. So I'll have to get out. This weekend's supposed to be nice, I think. What else do I want to ramble on about? My diet was doing really good. It went to hell in a handbasket on the weekend, kinda. Ate some chips and some chocolate and stuff because we were camping. My wife and I bought a new trailer. It's not brand new; it's used, but we found a really, really nice one. It was really, really clean. So we got that trailer and we loved it. And I'm looking forward to getting out in it again. Everything worked really good. It was really easy to tow. It's just a small trailer. It's nothing extravagant. It's just a basic, nice, small little trailer that her and I can take with us to go on. We like to go hiking and all that sort of stuff, right? And spend time together out in the outdoors. So it's perfect for that. And I'm hoping I can get my youngest out. And the next time we go, we might take the quads with us, I hope. So we didn't take the quads with us on our first trip because it was just enough just to get out, and it was a little muddy where we went. So that adds a level of difficulty to the driving and all that sort of thing. But it was a great weekend. We went with Jessica and Adam, and then their two friends, and a new Babette, which there's a picture of me and that little baby on Instagram. So yeah, just a quick little who's who. But I am going to propose this question. I've got to get going because I've got to get to work this morning. But I am going to propose this question, and it's probably mainly for the transplant patients, but it might be for other people too that have had other situations or things in life. But I'm just wondering if anybody ever thinks about what was the turning point? What was that point where you realized that most of the stuff that you'd been following or fighting for or trying to, I can't think of the word, those guys in Star Trek, those one people, they did it. They made everybody the same. When was the point where you realized that, because a lot of people, when they have that life and death experience, what was that point? Where in your struggle or where in your battle did you come up with that, I think I'm doing it wrong? I think my major turning point was when they told me that it had to do with my BIVAD. I wasn't leaving hospital without a heart. And they wanted to take the BIVAD out. And we said to them, if take the BIVAD out, then release us, because I'm going to go home. And I think that was my turn point. But I'm going to expand on that. I just for the people that are listening, I just want you to think about that. And I'm going to expand on that on the next podcast and talk about that. Okay? Have a great day, everybody. And we'll talk again soon. Okay? Keep training. Keep moving. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive. This thing's almost over. We're all out getting out there and having fun. So if it makes you feel better, put your mask on. Bring your hand cleaner like you always do, and bring your mask like you always do, and avoid those crazy people that are sneezing all over the place and giving us the flu and the cough and all the other stuff. All right, take care, everybody.